These are just random rants from a random dude on the internet and should be treated as such. Next, we're on to personal information management. This is what I think is one of the most important sections because this is really what's going to prevent a random person from stalking your kid. There's so many instances, unfortunately, now where people are stalking children, stalking people from work for whatever reason. So I really think that you should consider not just what I am sharing here, but look at other resources like these, which can point you to more advanced things that you can do. I can, of course, run you through a lot of advanced stuff that I'm not going to get into here, but at least consider doing the following. First, opt out of data aggregators. You can do this yourself, or you can just hire a company. There are a bunch of companies that will do this for you. I know some people might be saying, wait, but these companies are asking me for all sorts of personal data in order to opt me out. Your data is already out there. They're just asking you for this information so that way they know what to look for. They could find your information any other way if they wanted to. Ensure that the company is reputable. It is up to you to do your research and see if you like their parent company, you like their board of directors, look at where their employees are to ensure that they're not farming it out to a place that you are not comfortable having your data reside. Sometimes they make it a real pain in the butt if you're opting out yourself. Some of these companies, these data aggregators, are going to ask you to physically write a letter. Go ahead, do it. Of course, monitor your credit reports. Monitoring your credit reports is important because that might be one of the first signs of identity theft if we're talking about more fraud than just someone coming after you. You can, of course, lock your credit report. There are tons of companies out there which offer these services. Consider doing that. Now, the fun stuff. I would say look into getting a private mailbox or using a commercial mail receiving service, not a P.O. box. P.O. boxes from the USPS are going to limit what you can send to them, and they have limited hours and locations as well. Using a private mailbox gives you an actual physical street address that you can provide your credit card company, your banks, your healthcare company, your employer. You can get just about anything there, including FedEx, UPS, and post office deliveries. You can set this as your mailing address for most major providers of anything, including your cell phone company, your bank, pretty much anything at all. Any mail that is in your true legal name should be going to that private mailbox. You should stop getting any mail at your house directed to you or any member of your family, including Christmas cards. Don't let anyone send Christmas cards to your house because the U.S. Postal Service is probably digitizing that information and someone's going to steal it or it's going to get leaked, whatever. You might be saying, but I want to get stuff at my house. What about my online marketplace deliveries? What about my pizza delivery? Well, guess what? A lot of companies have the option to use a preferred name. So if you prefer another name on different days of the week, that's between you and yourself and the company. I certainly prefer various different names throughout the week for various different providers. So Emperor Palpatine has been receiving my pizza deliveries at home for quite a while now. When it comes to utilities, you could use surrogate services or even an LLC to set up your utilities. You can set up your cable, your gas, your power, your water, lawn service, trash, whatever it is. You could set that up in an LLC or look for a professional surrogate service. This way, your name is not associated with your actual address. When it comes to titling your home, if you are a homeowner, I know this can be challenging because these records are posted publicly in a lot of counties' tax assessor websites. You could use a revocable trust. You can use an LLC. You can use any number of legal avenues that your state or your jurisdiction may offer. I encourage you to seek appropriate legal advice on what the best path forward is for you. But there are many, many ways to have your information not associated with your home address of a home that you own or are in the process of paying a mortgage on in the public records. Use a multiple email strategy when it comes to anything you're having delivered at your home. Provider A could have one email address. Provider B could have another email address. Very similar to how we discussed with our voice over IP. Do the same with anything that's coming to your house that requires an email address. Because again, I know now my pizza place requires my email address for some reason. So I give them an email address that is tied directly to Emperor Palpatine at 123 Main Street at gmail.com. Maximize privacy settings on your social media. Make sure that you are not posting anything in real time. I know it's fun. You want to post that cruise vacation picture right away. Wait until you get home. Don't post them and consider really locking down those privacy settings and asking yourself, do I really need to stay connected to people who I haven't spoken to in 20 years? Or you could just have fake social media and put up a bunch of stuff that's not really having anything to do with your life. But who does that? Nobody on earth would post stuff on social media that isn't true. Don't volunteer personal information unless you have to. You're going to notice that a ton of the stuff that you're filling out, whether it's the coffee shop's customer of the month club or whether it is the supermarket discount card, are going to ask you for a ton of information, but not all of it is required. Whether you're filling out the form in person, whether you're online, just make sure that the information is required. Don't provide anything you don't need. There's no reason why the barista needs to know your life story. Beware posting high resolution video of your face. This is why I do the weird thing on my face, so that way you don't really have high resolution video of me anywhere. When it comes to audio, kind of consider the same thing. In my case, there's already tons of audio of me out there from my days in the music industry, so I rely on those keywords and passphrases when it comes to calling people on the phone. People who I call know that they have to hear certain things from me in order to establish that it's me, in case they have any kind of suspicion that it's a deepfake.